We're about to cover the VeVe Ecto-1 drop day disaster. VeVe, y'all got to get back to the drawing board. What's up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And we are back fresh and early this Saturday morning at 10:59 a.m. to discuss the aftermath of the VeVe Ecto-1 drop. As I said in the intro, it was a disaster. Now, let's put it in perspective. It wasn't a disaster like a lot of the previous drops, because a lot of improvements have been made and things are a lot better than what we had before. However, after this recent round of improvements, after the discussion that went on in my group, in the Crypto Pro group, in the Crypto Pro VeVe discussion group, there's a lot of things that need to go right back to the drawing board because they did not work out. And we want to make those things clear and send a message to the team so you can consider some of the things, the ideas that we come up with, we as in your user base, your customer base, so you can continue to keep knocking out these improvements and make it better for us, because this one, it was frustrating. It was very frustrating. We had some people that were pretty upset on my board. I know I was upset because I have missed out on, I don't know how many of the last drops that I have not been able to get an ultra rare. And hey, you know, that's just the way it goes. It's luck of the draw. But this time, I feel like if this one thing would have worked, I might have had a chance. So by making this video and suggesting this improvement, it will increase my odds of getting an ultra rare. All right? So I'm not complaining, but I am suggesting. That sounded like Obama. I'm not complaining. However, I am making a suggestion to you, VeVe, the Ecomi team, how you can raise the hopes of the followers and make a better community, build a better future for us as NFT collectors. So let's jump straight into the details and talk about what went wrong. I had to make a list. Let's pull up my list here. And by the way, guys, everybody that's in my gang, let's share this video. Put it out on Twitter because we need to get the message across. If we don't share the video, we won't be heard. Now, the last time that I did ask for an interview months ago from the Ecomi team, they said they didn't have the time. I guess I was just the last one in line, and they were so busy as things were just busting out of the seams. It was somewhere back in March that I didn't get the chance to bring someone on to introduce them to our group. But this time it's going to take a little bit more work. We're going to have to share this video so that we can let them know that we're serious and we're a great team. We've got an awesome, outstanding team. As a matter of fact, shout out to the new up-and-coming team that I'm putting together that is going to collaborate right here on YouTube. That would be VeVe Vault. Chris, shout out to you. Also, ECJ, Everything Crypto, okay? Also, the Gale. We're going to have the Gale come in. What's up, man? And last but not least, the Rebel Duck. I am so excited about the stuff that he's doing because I'm a TA guy, and he's busting out the numbers and charts and graphs that show the trends of what's happening with these NFTs. So we're going to have a collaboration going on, and this is the new frontier, and we're going to be the new guys busting in, being the kingpins on YouTube, talking about VeVe and the NFTs and the growth of this market. So look out, because here we come. This is the new gang, the new blood coming onto the scene. All right, so let's jump to it. And like I said, like, subscribe, and share this video so we can send a message. And the first thing that was an issue for me was the timer. The timer was trash. It did not work. One thing I noticed right off the bat was that the timer was ahead of the time on clock.io. So here we had an official clock on the internet that was ticking down, and the VeVe clock was ahead of it. And I thought, well, I'm going to go with the VeVe clock, because if their time is not synchronized with clock.io and that 0 hits, I'm going to hit the buy button when their 0 hits, when VeVe 0 hits, because that should be the one that is coming off of their server. And my son thought the same. In fact, I had my other son's phone, and I noticed that between my phone and my one son who was asleep, I have my 2 boys that were going to be on this drop, and the one didn't get up. I noticed that the clocks were all off. They weren't in sync even between each other on the app. So I had those 2 sitting here, and they were about maybe 0.3 of a second off. Now, my phone was ahead of my son's phone. And the next thing you know, 5 minutes later, my son's phone was ahead of my phone. How does that even happen? And both of them were ahead of clock.io. All right, so that was a disaster right there. The next thing you know is when the 0 popped up and I hit the buy button, it said drop not available yet. And that was on my phone, my sleeping son's phone. And then Christian, he got something different where that's actually heading up ahead of the next one. His app crashed when he hit the buy button. When that 0 popped up, he hit it right away. So apparently the timer, the countdown timer on the VeVe app is not even in sync with what the servers are going by. Because if they were, I would not have gotten the drop not available yet message. So when that buy button is sitting there, that's great. I like the fact that the buy button was there already. But when the 0 pops up, there is no way possible that I should get that message. The 0 means the server's ready, but it's not in sync with your servers. They must have one server that the timer is working on, or maybe it's a delay. Well, it couldn't have been a delay because it was ahead of time. So it obviously wasn't coming from the same server that houses the software and the database that's running the transactions. So that was mess up number 1. Mess up number 2 was the app crashing as soon as my son Christian hit the buy button. And we also had that happen with Nolan. He reported from my group, from my VeVe homies on Telegram in our gang, his app crashed. All right, so the next thing that was a problem, that CAPTCHA was way too small. You cannot have a CAPTCHA where you have to have a microscope or some type of ability to zoom in to see what was on those pictures. I couldn't tell what they were. That was awful. The first one said click the train. Some of the stuff I didn't even know what it was. And then on the click the boats, some of those pictures, I could not tell what those things were. So the picture CAPTCHA, that's got to go. We got to go with the puzzle. We like the puzzle. Okay, Poor Man Printing said it last night. He said that, yeah, it's good that they've got a CAPTCHA, but he prefers a puzzle. I'm with him. Poor Man Printing, you hit the nail on the head there. Shout out to him. He does great videos. We got to have a puzzle or something else because those pictures aren't going to work. That's got to get out of here. All right, and so then the last thing that I noticed was that the app gets stuck still when an item sells out. Like I can hit the buy button, and then I get an error, and then it's spinning and it won't refresh. So it's staying stuck. And then you actually have to either go back or just completely get out of the app and reload, which is a problem because then you're not going to be able to buy anything because you'll be last one in line. So there's still some issues, even though we've made tons of improvements on the database end, it still gets stuck when there's a sellout. And then there still is also a slight delay with the item count. And I noticed that the rares, it said sold out, or maybe I was getting stuck and I thought they were gone. And I was hearing on the Staying Alpha channel that the rares are sold out, but then I was able to get one, and it might have been because somebody's credit card or debit card did not go through. So that is the summary of the issues that I have that need to definitely be addressed. And here's my ideas. Here's some solutions. Number one, get rid of the timer. Just get it out of there, because you could make the buy button pop up when it's ready. When the drop is ready, just pop up the buy button instead of no buy button until, or buy button after the fact, or having it beforehand. Why not have that forced through? Push the buy button through, just like the timer. Or merge the fact that you got a timer and a clock. Why don't you just get that timer right and sync it with the world clock and then push through the buy button? You could display the timer, if it's correct, at the same time of pushing through the buy button when the server is ready, when the database says, I am in sync with the time that we are allowing purchases. Then just push out a buy button. It's possible to do. My son Christian could do that for you. He's a coder. My nephew Jordan could do that, who just got his degree in computer engineering at the University of Kansas City, Missouri. So if you guys need help with that, let me know, and I will contract with you, and I will put my son Christian and my nephew Jordan on the job, and we'll get that done for you. We'll help you, okay? I'm not just complaining. I can provide solutions. And my business gadget gurus, we do coding work, so I can have that done. All right, the next thing, replace the CAPTCHA with a puzzle. I already mentioned that. Now here's another good one. You could delay the release of the items. Like you could come out with that ultra rare and then put 60 seconds in between before the rare comes out, and then maybe put 5 minutes when the common comes out. Or throw in a real, here's what you ought to do. This would be for the people who have trouble getting the ultra rare. Mix it up. Roll some dice, and instead of ultra rare, rare, common, mix it up. Maybe the dice roll gives you a common first, then ultra rare, then rare, or what have you. Maybe randomize that. Delay that a little bit, and then maybe the app won't get so bombarded and heavily burdened by the traffic. So what do you think about that, guys? Randomizing the release of the item. Or chop it in half. What if you had the ultra rare and you dropped it within 5 minutes, but you cut it in half and you don't say when the second half is going to come out? Like when the buy button hits 0, give the first chunk, and then say sometime in the next 5 to 10 minutes we'll release the other half, but you're not going to know when. You got to refresh. That would make it pretty fun and make it more of a sport for us to try to see, well, who can be the first one on it when it comes back up again. Randomize it. All right. So those are my ideas. Those are the solutions. Overall, I do think that this was an improvement. It definitely was an improvement, but we got to get back to the drawing board and fix these things. And I wanted to give you word right away to let you know what these issues were right off the bat, so we can start now bugging you so these improvements can be made and that you know what changes we as the customers want. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. I have a pile of these things, so y'all need to listen to me, okay? I'm going to check in this app. I'm going to tell you how many of these things I have now. And I know there's no reward for me for having this big old bag of these crazy NFTs, but I have a total of 340 VeVe NFTs now. I know that doesn't give me early access. I know that, won't be any type of advantage, but I want you to understand that you need to listen to me because I'm a big customer. So run through this list of stuff that I gave and get back to me. Post on my comments. I want to hear back from the team, or pop me an email or something and let me know that you appreciate me and all of these NFTs that I'm buying and the fact that I'm producing content. Which, if you would scroll back and look at one of the first VeVe videos that I did, guys, Ecomi team, I put out a club banger of a video that is still doing you good. It's called, Can You Really Get Rich on VeVe NFTs? I think that's it. Or no, it was called VeVe, an app that you can get rich on NFTs. Well, whatever the case, go look at that video. It's over 30,000 views and it's evergreen, baby. It's still getting hits. It's still going strong. So if you didn't know, if you don't know, now you know. Yay! To quote Biggie Smalls, I am a content producer who is making a contribution that makes a difference. So now it's my turn. Woo! You guys need to throw me a shout out. Y'all need to come and guest appear. I know you could send somebody to be on my show. You're not that busy. I might not get the top dog, but send somebody, okay? the Crypto Pro VeVe team, we want to see you. We've been talking about this for months. Well, now we want to be rewarded. Yay! So I'm officially inviting you to come and guest appear. Send someone. Send the dog. Send the cat. Give me somebody, man. Throw me a bone. Do something. Well, that's the end of this update. I thank you for watching. Shout out to all my gang in the VeVe group. You all can come and join my group on Telegram if you want. Link is in the description, and you have to keep it clean. We do not curse on my channel. We keep it clean. It is family friendly. We don't argue. We don't fight. We don't spam. We keep it on point. We have good discussion. We support one another, and we are very family friendly and positive. We are a great group of people who want to bring up the VeVe economy. We want to build a stronger future for the NFT space. We want to keep hope alive and help those of us collectors to make a better way. Yay! By producing an income from the art of digital NFT collecting. I'm going to shut up now. See y'all on the next one. I'm out.